Thank you. Far too kind. Yeah.
Ready?
Let's go.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more?
Cook and roll with the Brooklyn Boys. So for one last time, I need y'all.
Welcome back to 11 by Sideline Talk with me, Scott Norman, where I ask my guests for their favourite 11, including manager and their favourite kit. My guest for this episode is a close friend of mine, my centre-back partner, and Mr. Twinkle Toes himself, Mr. Lee the Kingman Kingham. How are you, mate?
Evening, mate. How are we? I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, sweet, mate. All good. Right, before we get on to your Liverpool 11, I want to know why Liverpool, because I know Kingham Senior is a massive Spurs fan. So how comes you're Liverpool?
I basically just copied my best mate at the time when I was like 6 years old. Obviously, my dad tried to get me to support Spurs as a kid. He even took me to a Spurs game when I was 7 years old.
Right.
I think it was Spurs Southampton in 1997. Like we got in one of those boxes and everything, and he was like, "Oh, did you enjoy it?" It's like my first ever football match. I was like, "Yeah, it's good, Dad, it's good, but can you bring me back when Liverpool are playing?" But yeah, it's my best mate. My best mate, or still one of my best mates now, Michael Holloway. He just told me one day at school that Liverpool were the best team, so I was like, "All right, you're my mate. I'm going to copy you."
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. My dad got a map out. He was like, "Liverpool's up here, Spurs is here. Who are you going to support?" I was like, "Liverpool." Just like never changed, stuck with it, and they just continuously throughout the years give you reasons why to support them.
Yeah.
So just stuck with it. Once you pick a team, you can't really change.
I bet it's tasty in the Kingham household, isn't it, when Spurs Liverpool are on?
Oh, every weekend at the moment, I think. The results are going this year.
Yeah, that is true. Right.
Especially when we got those last minute goals against Spurs this season. That was nice.
Yeah, true. Right, let's get the ball rolling. So, formation, what are you going with?
I've gone with a 4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Such as the modern era, yeah.
Yeah. And goalkeeper, let's start.
Goalkeeper. I have gone, well, possibly controversially with his recent displays. I'm going with Alisson Becker.
Alisson, yeah.
It's just been outstanding the past couple of seasons since we've started winning everything. Some crucial saves. I think back to that run to the Champions League final when he made that massive save against Napoli in the last minute. We would have gone out of the group stage.
Yeah.
For that. And just moments like that. He's like that goal he set up. He set up a goal for Salah against United. Got the winner. He's just a big game player. Unfortunately, recently he's done mistakes. And to be honest, with Liverpool and goalkeepers, there's not a lot to choose from. The only other option probably could have been Pepe Reina.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think the beach ball incident rules him out of that one. But yeah, fair, I'll go with Alisson.
To be fair, Brazil are quite blessed with goalkeepers, aren't they?
Yeah, Edison and Alisson. It's not a bad selection, is it?
Two of the best in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
Right back.
Right back. There's only two options here. I think the runner-up was good old Steve Finnan.
Yeah.
He's so consistent down that right back flank, whatever you want to say. Very good cross of the ball, but there's an even better cross of the ball in the current Liverpool team, and that's my boy Trent.
Yeah. I
I
had a feeling.
Yeah, the numbers he's producing in terms of assists every season so far since he broke into the team is just absolutely outstanding. I think he's going to be one of the best. I think when he finishes his career, he'll be one of the best right backs there's ever been, undoubtedly.
Was you surprised he was left out of the England squad?
I was surprised. I know he's not having a good season, but in the past couple of weeks, he's been getting back to his normal self.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to England squads, you think they'd pick players on form. Why wouldn't you pick one of the biggest talents in the country who's just getting back into his good form? Yeah. We are blessed for right backs in England, aren't we? So.
Yeah, well, hopefully he takes it well and it gives him kind of a kick up the arse to show that he should be in that England squad. Because even when he was in the England squad, he weren't getting first team team
I think
games.
he's only got like 12 caps or something, which is quite modest for a player who's won the Premier League, Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of competition there.
Gareth Southgate seems to like Trippier, doesn't he?
Yeah, to be fair, I don't watch a lot of La
No.
Liga, to be honest, but I think Trippier is having an outstanding season from what I hear. So he's always delivered for England, isn't he? Trips. Never forget that
Yeah.
Croatia free kick
Well, yeah.
for our
One of
hearts
the
got broken.
best. One of the best summers of our lives.
Definitely.
Right, centre back.
Centre back. I'll go with the obvious one first, and that is Big Verge. Virgil van Dijk, £75 million. He's always going to be a good player with that price tag. He's an absolute Rolls Royce. What a player! I mean, Ballon d'Or contender. Was it his first full season at Liverpool? It's just unbelievable. His passing range, his heading, his pace. You see what's happened with him out of the team this season.
I was going to say that.
He's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It goes to show, kind of like you said, with him out of the team this season, it affects everyone else as well, because, like you said, Trent and Robertson as well, they haven't been half the players they were last season because they can't get forward as much without in there, because at the moment they've got Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, all them boys, and they don't feel that comfortable, do they?
I don't know about Nat Phillips, mate. Bolton Baresi.
Yeah, no, he's done last
well.
couple of games. He's been good. Yeah, he has been good. Yeah. Right, there's not much to say about Virgil van Dijk. To be fair, he's just a machine.
Yeah, he's an absolute tank.
Who are you partnering him in at centre back then?
Even now I'm torn between the partner, to be honest. There's two options, and they are Sami Hyypiä, Big Sammy, and Jamie Carragher.
Right, and which one did you go for?
I think because we've already got the height with Verge, so I think I'll have to go with Carragher.
Yeah.
His passion, his determination, his organisation, the challenges he used to put in, them last-ditch challenges, his will to win. Oh, the way he'd just scream at his teammates. I remember when at that time he tried to fight Arbeloa just for making a mistake at a corner. And the amount of appearances he racked up for Liverpool was 737 appearances, I think.
Yeah.
It's a shame he didn't score more goals in the proper net rather than his own net, but I forgive him for that because he was an outstanding player. I think he was one of the best when he was in his prime. He was one of the best defenders in Europe. He was a bit unlucky with his England career because he had such good defenders around at the time with John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Sol Campbell. But I thought he was fantastic. Sami Hyypiä, I think, is very unlucky to miss out because he's
very good.
He was captain before Gerrard. His partnership with Stefan Hencho and Kara was fantastic. He was another 2005 Champions League winner.
Yeah,
and the fake treble winner as well in 2001. He was to miss out.
He was an Everton fan though growing up, wasn't he?
Oh, Carragher?
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, he obviously got signed by Liverpool as a kid. Went through the academy and all that.
Yeah.
So his whole family are blue noses. So
and now he's a Liverpool legend.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Right, left back.
Again, I don't think there's a lot of options here. We have had some absolute shockers at left back. Jimmy Traore.
Yeah.
Ali Sissoko, Moreno, absolute shambles.
Yeah.
One good one, probably Risa. What a wand of a left peg he had.
Unreal.
Some of those free kicks he scored like against United and stuff. Good. It could be a bit of a liability defensively. But again, I have to go with the current left back of the Liverpool team, Andy Robertson.
Yeah.
I think the signing, was it 8 million we signed him for? Probably one of our best ever signing. It's right up there. What a bargain. Yeah. His engine's fantastic. He's crossing.
He didn't get in the team to start with though, did he?
No, but I think
the first couple of games.
It was about half the season. I think it was the first half of the season. He had to wait for Moreno to get an injury, which is like, you look at how Moreno was. It's unbelievable, really. But it's the same with a lot of Klopp signings. They take like a little period of adjustment to get used to his pressing and his system. Yeah. I think that's what Robertson had to do. He had to build his fitness up, get used to the system, and now look at him. He's absolutely flying. And he's probably one of the most likeable players as well. He's got a bit of shithousery about him, which I love. Like when he at that time he ruffled Messi's hair against Barca. The audacity to do that to possibly the greatest player to ever play the game. Yeah. When you're a left back, he's unreal. But he's probably my favourite player currently, and he's fantastic.
Going back to what you said about him settling in,
Mm.
do you think that's what it's like at the moment with Thiago in the centre mid role?
Yes.
Do you think that? Do you think that he? Obviously, we know how good Thiago is. He's an absolute baller. But do you reckon he's just taken him a bit longer than they thought to adapt to the way that Jurgen Klopp plays?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, he hasn't had that settling in period. He's had terrible injuries, like he got corona in the Richarlison tackle. So he had a sort of a stop-start, really. We didn't get a pre-season, really. It was like a 2-week break after the season ended, and then we was going again with a new season. So he didn't have a pre-season to get used to the squad properly. It's just things like that which would help a new player settle in, especially in midfield. Like Liverpool's midfield is all about the workload, the pressure, and his role like Bayern and Barca is just like manipulating the ball, really. So right, I think it's that.
You're going. You are going 3 in midfield, yeah.
Yep.
Who's the first of the 3?
First of the 3, I love this one's like I suppose the defensive mid, but it's more of a playmaker type. I'm sure you'll rate this pick. Good old Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso, what a player!
Has there ever been a more beautiful passer in football than him?
He's a joke, mate.
Yeah, you're playing football yourself, right? You hit a 60-yard ping, you immediately think, "Oh, I've just done an Alonso."
Yeah,
his passing range was just an absolute joy to behold. I think Gerrard said in training he was just unbelievable. Like the first day he turned up, you just knew he had that touch of class about him. He's a classy player.
Yeah,
and
very good.
What he went on to win after he left Liverpool was heartbreaking for a Liverpool fan to see, really, because we never should have sold him. I think Rafa sold him because he wanted to bring in Gareth Barry. Which we didn't even end up doing.
No.
And that is just he went on to win everything at Real Madrid and Bayern, and obviously his international career, even World Cup, Euros he won for Spain. He was tactical
genius. Tactical genius, I'd say, Xabi Alonso. Do you reckon we'll see him in management at some? I know he's doing. Is he doing a youth at the moment? Isn't he?
I think it's like the B team for Sociedad, something like that. Yeah. But apparently he's doing quite well. I don't know how you can judge if he's doing well in a B team, but definitely I could see him managing a big club in the future. Definitely, class act he is.
Very good. Right, next one.
Next one, I will go with probably the most obvious pick there will ever be if you're picking Liverpool 11, and that is Mr. Steven Gerrard himself, Stevie G.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to say much about him, to be honest. Was there anything he can't do? He can edit, he can score from 40 yards, he can win you the game, he can tackle, he can get sent off. It's just everything. The only thing he couldn't do was lift the Premier League title.
It's a shame, isn't it, really?
Unbelievable. I would have loved to have seen him in his current team. Just unreal. What a player.
He said, didn't he, that he regrets not staying another season to play under Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, I mean, he's past his best by then, but still, it would have been nice to see. Would have been probably a better end to his career than, was it his final game? I don't know if it was his final game, that Stoke game.
Stoke game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's embarrassing.
Would you say that Steven Gerrard is the greatest player to ever play for Liverpool?
It's hard to say because a lot of people say Kenny Dalglish. So it's between him and Dalglish.
Yeah.
But obviously I haven't really seen Dalglish play because it's before I was born, really. But in my era, most definitely. I think during his prime, if you put him in like a cage, 1-on-1 with any player in the world, he's coming up on top most of the time.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree, mate. Right, who are you having next to Gerrard?
This is the hardest selection I found in my team to do, to be honest. There's so many players I could have picked. There's a couple of mentions for the likes of Gary McAllister, very underrated baller. The 2 seasons he spent at Liverpool, he was integral. His experience, his creativity, especially that year we won the treble. I remember being on holiday once with my dad, and I think it was a Liverpool Everton game on in a bar, and he scored some ridiculous free kick. and just ran him down the street in Spain. I couldn't believe it.
With your top off.
Yeah. Other players I could have mentioned, John Barnes could have been in there. Banana Barnes, unbelievable player once again. I think he's a bit unfortunate that when the Premier League started, it was sort of like the end of his career. So he'd gone from a pacey forward to a bit of an average centre mid. So I think he just misses out by the fact that this is a Premier League team and not like the old First Division. And he's a little bit before my time. Coutinho could have been up there as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's just because of some of those worldy goals he scored and superb passes.
Yeah, different class.
His technique when he bent it in the top corner sometimes was just a joy to watch.
Yeah.
But also current captain Jordan Henderson, not picking him either.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's had some very average seasons early on in his career, so I think he misses out on that fact. But as good as he has been the last couple of years, and what a captain he's been as well. But I think in the modern game, this player will be perfect for my team, and that is Steve McManaman. Possibly the worst commentator there's ever been. But I just think he'd be perfect in that system, just to like the sort of more attacking-minded midfielder of the three, just to carry the ball through. You know, the way he used to go past players was a joke. And he had a decent strike on him.
Yeah, you've also got to be good to play for Real Madrid at that time as well.
Yeah, he was one of the stars of the England Euro '96 team. Yeah, he's a Liverpool lad as well. Always helps. So yeah, I think he would be my Steve Macker in that inside right.
Strong midfield there, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right, front three.
Front three. I just don't think this is the only trouble. The only struggle is the striker, so I leave that to last.
Yeah,
but I think right wing and left.
Go the right side of the front three first.
Right side, it will be the Egyptian king, Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Numbers this guy puts up is up there with the best that the Premier League has ever seen. Mm-hmm. It is phenomenal. I don't know why I can see why he gets so much hate. It's because he does miss some ridiculous chances and does some really weird, crappy stuff. But it's just the numbers and output he puts out is phenomenal. I'll never that first season he had, especially, was just outrageous. And for 40 million in today's market, he's turned out to be a bit of a bargain.
Would you say he's a bit underrated?
I think because of the stick he gets, yeah. I mean, even this, everyone's saying what a terrible season he's having this season. He's Premier League top scorer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got pace. He finishes. He actually sets more goals up than people think. I know he's got that greedy tag, but he does set up more goals than people think.
What do you make of his diving? Because it is bad.
Don't help, is it? Yeah.
No, it is bad.
Yeah, he's bad. I think that's gone against him quite a lot as well, actually, because he's gone down so easily in the past. There's been quite a few times he's actually been fouled and he's got nothing for it. So
yeah,
he's just when he does it, he just kicks himself. He just kicks himself in the foot, really.
Yeah, and he's got
tarnishes his reputation.
And he's going up against Ramos again in the Champions League.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
can't wait to see that.
Hopefully, he bags a few past Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Right, left-hand side.
Left-hand side. I think he's probably. I reckon he's up there with Big Verge for Klopp's most important signing to get Liverpool back up to where they've been, and that is Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
Again, his pace and trickery down that left-hand side is superb. He's got a good little partnership with Robertson. They link up very well down there. He has added goal to his game since signing for Liverpool. Comes up with big goals as well and big moments. I think of like winners against Everton, Bayern Munich, games like that. I don't know what's happened to him this season. His finishing just seems to have gone missing. It's like he can't kick a ball sometimes.
Yeah.
But he's still popping up with your goal. But yeah, I think he's signing. The first year he signed was the first year we got back in Champions League, I think. And he was so crucial to that. He played right wing when he first signed, moved over to the left when we signed Salah. So he moved position to accommodate him. and he's been probably even more devastating.
Yeah. Well,
It's just been fantastic.
Talking of Champions League, do you think if you don't get it next season, do you think one of Mo Salah or Mane will be off?
No.
No, why is that?
I think it's going to be difficult. I think because of the current climate we're in, to be honest. I think it will cost a lot of money to prize them away because they're on big contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just will one of the big teams want to shell out that money for him? I think they're in their late 20s now, or about 28ish. So they're in their peak. They're not youngsters. They're coming towards the 30 mark. I don't think the team is going to shell out over 100 million for one of them two. I think they'll stay. I think despite not having Champions League, I think they're happy at the club.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine them going. And plus, like Barcelona aren't exactly in much of a bit. They might get Champions League next season, but they're not in much of a better state, are they?
No. I don't think they've got any money either at the moment, have they, Barcelona?
No, they might free up some when Messi goes, but
well, if he does,
I don't know about Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid and PSG would be one of the two teams.
Yeah, well, Real Madrid need to strengthen, don't they?
Yeah, and PSG would probably have to get rid of one of Neymar or Mbappe, which probably ain't gonna happen. So
no, that's fair enough. Right, so you said this is the toughest one, striker.
Yeah, I mean, it was an easy selection to pick the player I've picked in terms of my own personal opinion, but I think in terms it's unlucky for the players who have missed out. I think first of all, Robbie Fowler.
Mm-hmm.
What a finisher that player was throughout the whole Premier League. I think he's got the most Premier League goals for Liverpool out of all the strikers, possibly out of all time. I'm not sure. Need to check that one, but his finishing was phenomenal. Absolutely devastating left foot on him. Another one who probably could have got in maybe is Michael Owen. He was my first ever footballing hero. Part of the reason I decided to support Liverpool was that he was just sort of burst on the scene 1997, 98. He was like the darling of English football when he first burst on the scene. So obviously supporting the team he played for until he decided to be an absolute Judas.
And go to United.
Go to United, yeah.
Do you know what? With Michael Owen, that's one of the first games I remember watching on TV. Was the FA Cup final, the Michael Owen FA Cup final against Arsenal.
Arsenal, the 2001.
Yeah. And they were in their, I think they were in their yellow kit. I could be wrong, but
it's gold. It was like goldish,
orange.
That's it, like blue down the sides.
Yeah.
But that game is a perfect example of the type of player he was. Like Arsenal absolutely battered us the whole game, and suddenly Michael Owen's popped up 2 goals out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So you could just get your goal out of nothing. So his pace was unbelievable. Very unfortunate with injuries at such a young age. It's just ruined the rest of his career. And the last option it could have been was obviously your favourite player, Fernando Torres. Probably simply just for leaving Vidic on his arse every time he played him.
Dangerous, mate. That guy was
El Nino.
Dangerous.
Yeah, he was. It's just such a shame it had to end so badly for him going to Chelsea. The way he went. It broke Liverpool hearts, to be honest.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird how Chelsea do that. They seem to buy strikers and just fuck them up.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird.
Even Werner this season,
what I mean?
Banging him in last season. He's terrible this season. The only one who's turned out good from really is Drogba.
Yeah.
But there's so many strikers they've had in the years which have turned out rubbish. Adrian Mutu, Kesman. So absolutely. Shevchenko's got to be the biggest one. He was like one of the best players in the world when he signed.
Yeah.
He just turned out a massive flop.
So who have you gone for then?
So the one I've gone for is Luis Suarez.
Mm-hmm.
It might be he might be a massive cheating git, but I just love. That's what I love about him. His will to win. He'll do anything to win. He'll bite players. He'll scratch them. He'll headbutt them. He'll do all sorts. But take that away and just look at his footballing ability, he's absolute genius. He scored a hatful of goals. I think the season we nearly won the league with Brendan Rodgers, he got 31 goals in 33 games and 12 assists. I think it is quite possibly the best individual season anyone's ever had in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just the number of goals he got; it's the way he scored them. They weren't bad goals. They were all like superb. He was just an absolute. He was genius. Absolute genius.
He loved playing against Norwich as well, didn't he?
Yeah, literally hat trick near enough every time.
Yeah. He used to score. Before he walked on the pitch, he scored 4 goals.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. What a player! What a player he was. He would just leave you in awe every game. He would do something in every game that would just leave you gobsmacked.
And to be fair, he's still doing it now as well.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously went to Barcelona, had the famous Messi-Suarez-Neymar partnership, which was the best in the world for a number of years. He's still doing bits at Atletico after Barca have decided to move him on. So
yeah, that was a weird one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got enough superlatives to describe what a player he was.
Yeah, unbelievable.
In a Liverpool shirt, especially.
Yeah. Right, so this is your team. So you've got Alisson in goal, Trent right back, Virgil van Dijk, Jamie Carragher and Robertson, Xabi Alonso, Steven Gerrard, McManaman, Mo Salah, Suarez and Mane.
That is it, yeah.
That is a team, by the way.
It's quite hard to change much of it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's a few that I would say that you've missed out.
Yeah.
That I would like in that team. Luis Suarez.
Right.
How you'd get him in, I don't know, but he was a player. Emil Heskey. You've got to have the big dog up there, mate.
What do you mean? I did put Suarez in.
No, Luis Garcia.
Oh, you just said Suarez.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Luis Garcia was a good player. Yeah, he was good. Yeah.
He was a great player.
And Big Emil as well. Just for a little celebration.
Yeah. And Peter Crouch, mate. You got to have him in there.
Crouch. Yeah. I'd have him in there just for personality, to be honest.
Legend.
What a guy. Yeah, there's other players. Mascherano as well.
Yeah.
He was. His discipline was terrible. Loved the yellow card. But yeah, he was a great player as well.
Good player.
Yeah, there's quite a few good ones, but there is a lot of terrible. For all the good, there's a lot of terrible.
So favourite manager that you
would
have?
Well, there's only been one manager who's won the Premier League in my time, and that's Klopp himself.
Yeah. What a guy.
I could have said Roy Hodgson, but
Here's a question for you, Lee.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers. What do you make of that? Do you think if he was given a bit more time, he would have come good at Liverpool?
No.
Do you not think?
No.
Why is that?
Because I don't know if it was his decision, but some other players he was playing just not up to it. I mean, there's Joe Allen. Why he loved Joe Allen so much, I don't know. Very average.
Yeah.
Which makes you realise like how unlucky it was for like Suarez and Gerrard playing in a team with players like Joe Allen and Ali Sissoko. Do you know what I mean? And John Flanagan.
Jay Spear.
Yeah. Imagine if we actually had some good players around them. Signing players like Ricky Lambert, Balotelli. No. I think there was. Remember that you sent me a picture of that team against Real Madrid in the Champions League the other day. Who picks a team like that in the Champions League?
Yeah, no, that's fair. But would you say if Klopp was to leave, would you have him back at Liverpool now?
No, I don't think I would. I think he's had a crack at it and he's failed. I do think he's a good manager. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's had his chance.
And do you reckon that's where he's peaked at Leicester? You don't think he's going to go any higher than that?
He might do. I think he deserves another crack at maybe. I could see him at maybe Chelsea.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime in the future, or even Arsenal.
Yeah, I think I think a few Arsenal fans might. I know they love Arteta.
I think before Arteta got there, they wanted him.
Yeah, I think they
wanted
wanted him.
Yeah, he is a very good, like, especially his man management. He's very good.
Yeah,
but he did do some weird things. Like, I don't know if you remember that documentary, Being Liverpool.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Telling Sterling off just for saying steady.
Yeah.
And I remember apparently, I can't remember where I read it. It might have been in Gerrard's. I think it was in Gerrard's book. He said Brendan Rodgers does this thing at the start of every season. He goes through his squad, and he has an envelope, and he writes a player's name on a bit of paper, puts it in an envelope, and he goes to the squad. I've just written down a player's name in this envelope. You won't see it till the end of the season. This player is the one who I think is going to let me down. And wow. I want you all to prove to me. You make sure you're not that player. I just think something like that is a bit weird.
Yeah. And did they say who the player was that he had on the list? Or?
No, it didn't.
Got to be Balotelli, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, he's favourite for that, definitely. Right, kit. What's your favourite kit?
Kit. We've had some wonderful kits over the years.
Yeah.
I've gone with an away kit, but we've had some very nice home kits. We had that red one, I think it was in 1995, which was up there for me. It's got like the white stripes going up here, like the white bits, and the green trim, which would have been one of my home kits, or the, I think, 06 to 08 Adidas one with the collar in Crouch's and Torres's pomp.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very, I loved that kit at the time. It was one of my favourite Liverpool shirt purchases.
Was there was the away kit that season, the white one with the green kind of weird stripe?
Yeah, it's 95, I think. Yeah, it's around that time.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that one. The green one
Adidas.
with the white and black stripe.
No, it was an Adidas one, and I'm sure it had like a green Adidas badge in the middle, and then down the side it like went a bit curvy. I don't know what year that was. But that was when Torres,
I think I know what you mean.
Gerrard, and all
white?
that up there.
White,
yeah.
It's got like a little bit of green on the shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because I remember Dossena scoring against United in it. Well, that might have been the grey kit actually, but
yeah.
But yeah, there's been some cracking away kits as well. There was a really nice yellow one with Enham, which entered my thoughts from, I think it was from 97 to 98.
Right.
Yeah, we get some lovely away kits, white, and there's a lot of nice black ones as well, actually. But I've actually gone with I think it was 96 to 97, the cream kit, the cream number.
Right.
So it was all cream, black shorts. You had the red Liverpool badge, Carlsberg across it. I just thought it's just iconic. I don't think there's been a kit like it since.
Was that?
How many?
Was that sponsored by Reebok?
Cream kit. I want to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure it was.
I remember it.
Yeah, because we was Reebok for quite a long time.
Yeah, and Carlsberg, that's got to be your best sponsor, isn't it? Carlsberg.
100%. It's criminal we ain't still got it. That was synonymous. Yeah. That was unreal.
Brilliant. Right, Kingham.
Mm-hmm.
That's it then, mate. What we'll do is we'll put your Liverpool 11 on the social media.
Yeah.
Let everyone have a little look at it, and hopefully we get a bit of feedback on it.
Right.
It's been a pleasure, mate. Thanks for joining me.
Always. Our 11 will probably beat Den's all-time 11 from last week, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. Full skulls at right mid.
Say no more.
Yeah. Right, guys. Thank you all for watching and listening. Remember to follow, like, and subscribe. And again, Lee the Kingman Kingham. Thanks. Appreciate it, boy.
Thanks for having me on, son.
See you later, mate.
Cheers. See you later.